Good morning, Chavra. Today is Tes Iyar, the 9th day of Iyar. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. The sun is back. And we're going to start with counting the Omer on page 138. Last night we counted 24. Hayoim. Chavra together. Hayoim. Arba'a. Ve'esrim yoim. Shehem. Shloisha shavuos. Shloisha yomim lo'imer. Today is 24 days, which is 3 weeks and 3 days of the Omer. Okay, we're beginning a new chapter in the Tanya. If you're in the Chayenu, following along with us, which Yuda will be doing very soon, God willing. We're looking forward to that. Page 113. Okay, overview of chapter 46. The next method that the Alter Rebbe is going to recommend, suggest, and teach us of achieving love of Hashem is attainable by all, even one with a heart of stone. It's the principle of mirroring love. One cannot help but responding to an outpouring of love with rebounding love. Imagine the scene of a king choosing to spend time with a lowlife, inviting him into his palace, and sharing special moments with him. So in today's lesson, like a reflection in water, so too does a love towards a friend elicit his friend's love back to him. Perek Memvav, chapter 46. In the previous chapter, the Alter Rebbe described yet another manner in which a person can perform Torah mitzvahs with his heart, with the love and the fear of Hashem, and that is by utilizing the attribute of Yaakov, which is the quality of mercy. There's yet another straight way, meaning simple and straightforward, and equally applicable to every person. And he says this is very, very close. To arouse and kindle the light of love in your heart. The love is already found in your heart. You just have to kindle it. You have to fan the flames. Then you have a little spark in the, if you go camping and you have a little bonfire and you fall asleep in the middle of the night, you want to, you're cold and you want to add some wood. All you have to do is fan it. If there's any sparks, if there's any hot coals in the bottom or in there. You have to fan the love so that it shines forth intensely, like a flaming fire in the consciousness of the heart and mind. Enabling the person to surrender his neshama to Hashem together with his body and all his material possessions. With all his heart and with all his soul and with all his might. How do you do with your might? We'll get to that. From the depths of his heart with truth, with sincerity, and especially and specifically during the prayers of Shema and the blessings before. And what's this technique of this love? So a person should take this pasuk to heart. As water mirrors the face to a face, so does the heart of a man to man. This means that in case of when you look inside the water and you see what's looking back at you, your face, like a mirror. So that image mirrors not only the person's features, but also his emotions. If you're smiling, the mirror effect is going to be smiling at you. If you're frowning or if you're angry, you're going to see that too. So indeed, is also the heart of man who is loyal in his affection for another person. You love another person, say, "Good morning, Steve, how are you?" He sees you smile, he sees your face. Right, Paul? Right. But if you're miserable and you're frustrated about something, you say, "Good morning," and the guy's like, "Don't talk to me." oh, okay, never mind. I don't want to be near that. I don't want to be near that person. This love which he has for another person wakes up the love in the heart of his friend, and then they develop a friendship and a loyalty. So even the love harbored in one's heart arouses and arouses a reflected love in another. Love, especially when he sees his friend's love for him freely revealed. When a person sees you, you haven't seen a good friend in a long time. Get off that plane from Eretz Yisrael after 6 weeks. How long were you gone for? And you give him a hug, so happy to see him. You reciprocate that. Oh, it's so good to see you too. You may be jet lagged, you may be tired, you may be, it lifts you up. So this is the nature of a person. You lift each other up. How much more so? Imagine the king in the palace. He tells his servants, he says, let's go for a ride. He gets in the carriage, they start going for a ride around town, and he sees a guy that's, sitting, homeless guy, he's sitting in the gutter, he's sitting by the drain pipe, and it's all smelly, and the king stops, and he goes over to the person. He goes over to the guy with his entourage. He picks him up from the garbage pile. He brings him to his palace, the royal palace. He brings him inside the inner chambers. Generally speaking, most officials don't go in there, only the closest to the king. And over there, he treats him royally. He gives him a hug. He brings in his servants to give him a haircut and to shower him and prep him and prepare him. He's going to sit down with him to a beautiful lunch, dinner. So when the mighty king shows such great affection and companionship to such a lowly person, how do you think the person is going to react? Is he going, oh, what a day. I have to be schlepped into the palace. I want to go back and sit on the garbage pile? No, of course not. The person is thrilled. He's excited. He loves the king so much. The king just hugged him and lifted him up out of the dumps. How much more so will it be there aroused of itself a redoubled love in the heart of this most common and humble individual for the person of the king, with true attachment of spirit from heart and soul, from the infinite depths of his heart, even if the person is taka, a loser, a lowlife, he's sitting there for a reason because he can't get a job and nobody wants to talk to him, and he stinks and he smells and he doesn't shout, and even, I don't know if it says here, it doesn't say a bad person, but he's just like even if he has a heart of stone, and most of the time people go by him and they smell, say, good morning, sir, and he's just like, leave me alone. I'm just trying to be miserable over here. Even a person like that, the king brings him to the palace and treats him with such kindness, love, and royalty. Even a person like that, he may simas v'hoyalamayim v'sish tapech nafshi k'mayim b'chlois hanefesh mamish lavas hamelech. Even a person like that with a heart of stone and not easily roused to feeling love for somebody else in such a situation, even a person like that who's, a tough guy, will surely melt and become like water, and his soul will pour itself out like water with soulful longing for the love of the king. So for today, we're going to stick to chapter 46, continue tomorrow. But like water reflects an image, a person reflects back what is projected on them. So this is true between people, one person and the other. Somebody says good morning and with such kindness and love, you end up smiling back. It takes a real tough person, a miserable person, not to say good morning, thank you for acknowledging, Same thing with us and Hashem. If we project warmth and love, then we will receive that in return. And that's how we should face our day. Always a yid has to be, as we say in the davening, Ivdos Hashem b'simcha, we serve Hashem with joy and with love and excitement. And when we do that, Hashem certainly will return the favor. Have a good day, everyone.